Harmful microorganisms. Fungi. You might have observed some changes in leather articles and guinea bags during rainy season. Do you know the reason behind it? Yes. We have already learned that fungal growth is seen on leather articles and guinea bags during rainy season if not used for a long time. Microscopic spores of fungi are present in the air. These fungal spores germinate on cotton fabrics, guinea bags, wooden items and articles made from leather. All these articles are plant and animal products. We notice black or white spots, powdery material and fungal fibers on them. The fungal hyphae, that is fibers of the fungus, penetrate deep into the material to obtain nutrition and to reproduce. This causes the materials to wear and they become weak. As a result, the articles on which the fungi have grown get spoiled and do not last long. During summers or winters, the environmental conditions are not favorable for the growth of the fungi. Hence, the problem of fungal growth on these articles does not occur during the summer or winter season. Sometimes you may have also noticed a black powder or white discs floating on the pickle or murabba when a jar is opened after a long time. What exactly is this? The black powder or white discs floating on the pickle or murabba are parts of fungal species. Various species of fungi grow on food items like pickles, murabba, jam, sauce, chutney, etc. They use the nutrients in these food items for their growth and reproduction. During this activity, fungi release mycotoxins, certain poisonous chemicals, into the food and thus the food becomes poisonous. This food is not good to eat. Various measures are practiced to preserve these foodstuffs and prevent fungal growth on them. Salt is applied on the inner surface of pickle jars and pickle is covered with oil. Do you know why this is done? Salt and oil are natural preservatives. Salt, which is applied on the inner surface of the pickle jar, arrests the fungal growth and the pickle does not get spoiled. We know that microscopic spores of fungi are present in the air. When pickle is covered with oil, it acts as a barrier between pickle and the air present in the jar. Thus, fungal spores could not come in direct contact with the pickle and pickle is saved from spoilage. Fungal growth is not always harmful. Sometimes it can be beneficial to plants and animals. Lichen, also called dagarphool, is an example of symbiosis between algae and fungi. The fungi provide water, minerals as well as shelter to algae. In return, the algae provide food to the fungi. Lichen are used as a condiment. Lichen are also used in making dyes, perfumes, and in traditional medicines. Some species of lichen are also used for making litmus paper. Similarly, as we have seen in animals, some species of ants and wasps use fungi to obtain their food. Come, let us now proceed to study about one more harmful microorganism, that is Clostridium. Clostridium. Sometimes cases of food poisoning occur during community feasts. How does the food become poisonous all of a sudden? The bacteria Clostridium is responsible for food poisoning. This bacteria spoils the cooked food. It has about 100 different species. Some species are free living in the soil, whereas some species live in the alimentary canal of humans and other animals. Clostridium are rod-shaped and whenever adverse conditions arise, they produce bottle-shaped endospores. They are anaerobic bacteria, therefore they cannot withstand the normal oxygen level of the air. Thus, preservatives like sodium benzoate, nitrate, and nitrite salts, monosodium glutamate, that is MSG, etc., are mixed with ready-to-eat foods to prevent growth of anaerobic bacteria like Clostridium in it, and thus prevent food poisoning. Addition of preservatives also increases the shelf life of ready-to-eat foodstuffs. An introduction to scientists. It was believed that meat gets spoiled due to some bacteria of the Bacillus type, but the exact type of Bacillus was not known. Van Ermengem, a Belgian bacteriologist, proved that anaerobic bacterium Clostridium botulinum is responsible for food poisoning. Ida Bankston, an American bacteriologist, obtained higher education in biochemistry at Chicago University. She conducted important research on the toxin responsible for gas gangrene, a bacterial infection, and the antitoxin useful for treating it. While she was doing her research on the dreaded disease called typhus, she herself contracted the infection. But she overcame it and continued her research. For this work, she was honored with the Typhus Medal in 1947. Like fungi and Clostridium, many other microorganisms also prove to be harmful to other living organisms. Come, let us study about them. Other harmful microorganisms. Many bacteria, viruses, protozoa, and fungi are responsible for different diseases in living organisms. Come, let us study about some of these diseases in brief. First, we will study the diseases caused by microorganisms in humans. AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. AIDS is a fatal disease caused by virus which spreads through blood, semen of infected person, and milk of mothers suffering from AIDS. AIDS can be prevented by having safe sexual contact and by avoiding reuse of needles and injections. Hepatitis. Hepatitis is caused by virus. This disease spreads when a healthy person consumes contaminated water or food. It can be prevented by taking simple measures like drinking clean and filtered water and storing food in a safe place. Influenza. Influenza is caused by virus and spreads when a healthy person comes in contact with an infected person. It can be prevented by managing personal hygiene and avoiding contact with infected person. Measles and chickenpox. Measles and chickenpox are caused by virus and spreads when a healthy person comes in contact with an infected person. Preventive measures for these diseases are vaccination and use of uncontaminated water and clean food. Bird flu H7N9 and swine flu H1N1. These diseases are caused by virus and spreads when a healthy person comes in contact with infected birds and animals. These diseases can be prevented by managing personal hygiene and consuming properly cooked meat. Dengue. Dengue is caused by virus and spreads when an infected mosquito bites a healthy person. It can be prevented by keeping surroundings clean, preventing stagnation of water, and taking measures to control breeding of mosquitoes. Pneumonia. Pneumonia is caused by bacteria. When an infected person sneezes or coughs, the droplets are released into the air that contains the bacteria. When a healthy person breathes in the same air, the infection spreads. Vaccination and avoiding contact with infected person are some of the measures which can be taken to prevent this disease. Leprosy. Leprosy is caused by bacteria and spreads only when a person have long-term contact with the infected person. This disease can be prevented by avoiding contact with infected persons and their belongings. Cholera. Cholera is caused by bacteria and spreads through contaminated food and water. This disease can be prevented by having clean food and water. Malaria. Malaria is caused by protozoa and spreads when an infected mosquito bites a healthy person. It can be prevented by keeping surroundings clean, preventing stagnation of water, and by taking measures to control breeding of mosquitoes. Dandruff and ringworm. These diseases are caused by fungi. When a healthy person comes in contact with the infected person or his or her belongings, these diseases spread. These diseases can be prevented by managing personal hygiene and avoiding contact with infected person and his or her belongings. Microorganisms are also responsible for diseases in plants and animals. Come, let us study about them in brief. Diseases caused by microorganisms in animals. Bacteria, fungi, and viruses are responsible for causing several harmful diseases in animals and can even lead to death in cases of severe infection. Anthrax. Anthrax is caused by bacteria in hoofed animals such as sheep, cattle, and goats. This disease can be prevented by giving animals proper vaccination. Lung necrosis. Lung necrosis is caused by fungi in adult cattle. It can be avoided by giving them clean food and water. Swine flu. Swine flu is caused by virus in pigs. This disease can be prevented by giving animals proper vaccination. Diseases caused by microorganisms in plants. Most of the plants on the earth are affected by the disease-causing bacteria and fungi. Citrus canker. Citrus canker is caused by bacteria and affects citrus plants like lemon, orange, and grapefruit. It can be prevented by the removal of infected plants and then disposed in the landfills. Late blight disease. Late blight disease is caused by fungus in potato plants but can also affect tomato, black pepper, and vanilla plants. This disease can be prevented by using only good quality seeds by certified suppliers. Yellow vein mosaic disease. Yellow vein mosaic disease is caused by virus and affects okra, that is bindi. This disease can be prevented by using seeds collected from disease-free plants and by crop rotation.